Hi, welcome back to Joe Blogs. This video is an update to the video that I posted previously about the Airbnb nightmare that I experienced recently. Now, if you haven't watched that video, I would definitely recommend it because it is amusing in places. I tried to make it as light-hearted as possible, even though we were going through quite a stressful situation. So let's have a quick look at some of the more light-hearted moments from that video. There's nothing like a relaxing family holiday. And I can tell you that this is nothing like a relaxing family holiday, because I've been sent by Airbnb to a building site. And this isn't a stunt that I've pulled for YouTube. This isn't something that I've set up just to make a video and try to impress everyone. This is actual real life. This is my family holiday. All of these workmen who are over there staring at me in my Speedos the whole time, which obviously, yeah, they might enjoy it a little bit, but I'm not enjoying them looking at me in my Speedos. I don't actually have any Speedos, I would like to say, but I was just adding that for comic effect. And it is so close. I could literally touch that digger if I wanted to. I mean, he might as well start digging some water out of the pool behind me for a drink. It's that close. I mean, it really is ridiculous. Would you classify this as a luxury holiday? Would you pay top dollar to stay here and have a look at this all day and be, I mean, I'm brown, mostly from dust as opposed from sunburn on this holiday. It's absolutely outrageous. So as you can see, I was standing in front of a digger, and unfortunately, for a lot of the days that we were there, those diggers were going backwards and forwards, moving huge quantities of rock, making lots of noise, reversing, all of those beeping noises, dropping huge boulders, which was really noisy, but also really dusty. And the whole thing was just entirely irritating. But what I did was contact Airbnb immediately. As soon as we got there, I contacted them and said, there's a major problem here. This isn't what was advertised. This isn't what we've paid for. And I sent them tons of photos. And if you're in a similar situation, if you find yourself in an Airbnb that just isn't anything like what the pictures said it was, or you get there and there's some sort of issue like we experienced whereby there's a building site that's just appeared next door, which quite clearly had been going on for at least 6 or possibly even longer months. It was just not what we were told it was going to be. If you find yourself in that situation, you need to document everything. So basically contact them on a daily basis, take lots of photos, upload those photos, and then you've got everything to hand when you get home if you're making a claim against Airbnb. Now, if you've watched that video, you'll know that Airbnb did offer me compensation. So initially they offered me a 30% refund, which meant I was still paying 70% to have a holiday on a building site, which I was really not very happy about. And they also said that I had to get that 30% off the host. And the host obviously was the guy who'd misled me. He was the one who posted all the pictures that made it look really lovely, when actually what it looked like was just a complete dump in terms of over the wall where the building site was. So I wasn't particularly happy having to get the money from the host. I wanted Airbnb to refund me. So I made that point. I went backwards and forwards with them a number of times. And what we ended up getting was a 30% refund from the host. So the guy actually did send the money via Airbnb. And also, in addition to that, another 30% refund directly from Airbnb. So we got 60% of the money back, and we also got a small compensation payment from Airbnb. So I had just over 60% of my money back, which was an okay outcome. I wasn't particularly overwhelmed with it, but it was better than nothing, because at one point Airbnb did turn around and started to say that I'd been notified in advance of this building work. I had a very short message saying that there was a possibility that City Hall might do some building work. They certainly didn't go into the details of what was there, and they didn't send me any photos as I requested. Now, I wasn't very happy about that accusation, and Airbnb soon dropped it. Anyway, since I've been home and I've posted the video onto YouTube, which has had tens of thousands of views, I've been contacted by Airbnb again, and they've now given me a full refund. Now, in terms of how the rest of the refund works, the other 40%, what they've done is given me an Airbnb credit. So I've now got a credit on my account which I can use for future bookings. Now, if you find yourself in this situation, if Airbnb give you one of these credits, you need to read the terms and conditions, because initially I thought, well, that's great. I'll use that for some future bookings, maybe a weekend away or, a number of different times. However, the terms and conditions of the coupon say that you can only use it once. And it was quite a big number. And I don't use Airbnb that often for big holidays. In fact, this is the first time ever. Normally, I use Airbnb if I'm staying 1 or 2 nights somewhere. So I then contacted them and said, Well, that doesn't really work for me. I don't want one large coupon that I can only use once, because once I've used it, that's it, gone, and I probably won't use the whole amount. So I asked them if they could split it into 10 different coupons. And they came back and said, well, we don't normally do that. It's not our policy. However, given the exceptional circumstances, we'll agree to it. So the outcome I've got here is that I've had over 60% of my money back in cash. That was credited back to my credit card. And I've now got a credit with Airbnb for the additional 40%. So basically, I've had a 100% refund and also a compensation payment on top. So overall, I'm quite happy with that outcome. And if you find yourself in exactly this situation, you need to get onto it immediately, document everything, and then when you get home, stay on the case, because it is very easy when you get back to think, oh, I can't be bothered, I'm just going to move on, I don't want to think about it anymore, I just want to get back to everyday life. Don't do that. Carry on messaging them, carry on telling them that you're not happy with the outcome, and wait and see what you got. Now, obviously, I've posted a video on YouTube, and I don't know whether that had any influence at all. It may just have been coincidental that Airbnb contacted me after that video started doing quite well and said that they were going to give me a full refund. But even if it wasn't coincidental, even if it was linked to the video, what I would encourage you to do is stay on the case, keep asking for more, always keep asking, because you never know what might happen. For me, it's turned out quite well, and I just wanted to give you an update so that everybody knows that I've finally got my money back. All's well that ends well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.